evening guys, my name is Jamie. Today we are talking about the Ocean brand new album Phanerozoic II, Mesozoic, Cenozoic. This album is, what can I say, an absolute masterpiece, and I'm being honest, it's an absolute masterpiece. This is one of the best albums of the year, hands down, if you love progressive metal. Now Phanerozoic I, Paleozoic, was an absolutely incredible album, one of my favourite albums of 2018, where it basically was the stages of Earth, geological stages, up from the Cambrian period all the way up to the Permian period. You know what, it was an absolute hell of a ride listening to that album. Of course, then they released Phanerozoic II, their latest album. This album is something special, it really is, because they have certainly changed their sound quite a bit, just because maybe to match the geological stages. The production on this album is top notch. I do love the sludgy elements throughout some of these songs, not to mention how proggy this album is. Great prog metal album for any prog metal fan out there that loves the beautiful elegancy of this band, that absolutely loves the ocean and its concept. This is a concept album, the second part of the Phanerozoic series, and I've got to tell you what, this album is something very special. Production is absolutely sweet, love the tone of the snare, and not to mention I really love the tone of the guitars as well, and his lyrics vocals on this album are absolutely fucking fantastic. They really are. He incorporates cleaner vocals throughout this album, where we did see a lot clean vocals throughout Phanerozoic I, but Phanerozoic II, he provides angelic vocals throughout some of these songs, not to mention those harsh aggressive vocals that we love by Lyric as well. But what is absolutely outstanding on this album is the overall lyrics, the overall concept, growing through those stages from Triassic period all the way to our current period, Holocene. Triassic is an absolutely fantastic way to Triassic is an absolutely fantastic way to build up this album, because it's a really slow and crescendo part of the song where it does feel like something out of Tool, especially the beautiful ominous bass you're getting throughout this song, not to mention the Tool vibes. And he provides some really interesting vocal melody as well, something sounding very similar to something out of Steven Wilson from Porcupine Tree's vocals, even Maynard as well from Tool. I just love how this is a mix of Tool and Porcupine Tree, you could say. This actual song Triassic really starts to build up. This is the period before the Jurassic period. This particular song is absolutely fantastic. It really is incorporate elements at times and jazz moments as well, and the different progressive nature. His vocals are intense as anything throughout this song. His cleaner vocals are fantastic. I do love the build up towards that chorus, and not to mention the verses are just groovy as fuck. And then it leads on to Jurassic, and we're talking about the final stages of the Jurassic period, where things start to really fuck up, where all the dinosaurs start to die off and all that shit, where a huge asteroid hits the fucking Earth and it just implodes, and yeah, Earth is absolutely fucked. This is the perspective of Earth at the moment, and I do love how the ocean talk about their perspective, and that is Earth itself. And I do love the ocean's understanding, talk about the biological effects of the actual period as well. And not to mention, they mentioned that there is a fucking fiery needle in the fucking sky and we're all gonna fucking die. An absolutely incredible concept to the actual song. And my god, Jonas Vrinsky from Catatonia is on this actual particular song, and it's absolutely fucking amazing. It really is. I just realized my microphone's all the way down there, because I love his gothic approach, I love his gothic vocals throughout this song, and I'm going insane. I really am. I love the progressive nature throughout this song, and Lyric's vocals on this particular song is absolutely amazing. They really are. Incorporates cleaner vocals, and I do love the harmonization between Jonas and him as well, and how aggressive his vocals can get, the harsh aggressive vocals, and it's just absolutely insane. You know that things are really going to be fucked up, especially how heavy and sludgy this song fucking gets, and how proggy this song gets as well. And of course it leads on to another heavy song called Paleocene, which is basically another era after the Jurassic Cretaceous period, and this is when, you know what, things start to get a little bit hectic, where Earth is trying to revive and we start to see more creatures start to thrive. Things are starting to change again. I do love how heavy and gritty this song can get, and production is absolutely mint, and how really gritty those fucking guitars are throughout this song, and his vocals again are intense as anything, really heavy. And what's interesting, Eocene is just a really slow sort of song, especially especially with the guitars and drums, again giving that strong Tool vibe. And then it leads on to Oligocene, which is basically the Earth is starting to sort of recover after the huge events throughout the Jurassic period and shit like that. And we get a lovely instrumental, really nice instrumental with really beautiful intricate guitar moments and some symphonic elements such as really nice violins, I think. And there's no vocals on this song, but it's absolutely fantastic. And I just love how ethereal and atmospheric this particular song is. And it leads on to the next period, which is Miocene and Pliocene, and I believe this is the concept to this is about the born of the ape, where mankind, you could say, was actually born in this period where ape and chimpanzee split throughout the Pliocene era, and the music does show for it. This song is a pretty heavy song. It's quite proggy as well, with some really nice moments, some really nice lavishing guitar moments, and not to mention the vocals are insane as well, are intense, but it doesn't get any better with the next song, and that is Pleistocene. This is one of the most strangest The Ocean songs you could ever get. They incorporate elements of jazz, they incorporate elements of some really, really heavy moments as well. And not to mention, they incorporate black metal. Black metal, that's what I'm saying, fucking black metal on The Ocean record. We finally get a black metal song, especially in the conclusion, and it's absolutely fucking fantastic. I just love the slow build up towards this song, the really nice guitar melody throughout the song, the really groovy moments throughout the first verse. The melody is absolutely fantastic, but it gets absolutely insane when they incorporate the strong blast beats throughout the conclusion. His vocals on this particular section is absolutely fucking fantastic. You'd think he's a black metal vocalist. The shrieks are out of this world. They really are. They sound like vocals from Dark Funeral, fucking Dark Throne as well, and even maybe not Mayhem. Maybe it doesn't sound like Attila, but you get what I mean. It's fucking black metal. Then it really calms down, and Pleistocene is the era, is the stage of the Ice Age that happened like thousands of years ago. I just love how crushing this song feels towards the listener. It's fucking fantastic. It leads on to Holocene, and that is the final period, the current period we're in right now, and it's beautiful and calm, incorporate elements of violin. Awesome song, and it basically is relating to the current day situations at the moment, how we could possibly speed up climate change, how we could possibly speed up this stage. Holocene is a pretty short song as well. Some of these songs are pretty short just because the eras are pretty short, and that's what I really do appreciate it. But I just feel that Phanerozoic I is better than Phanerozoic II. But some of these geological stages are quite short, and that's why some of these songs are quite short. Like, the longest song off the album is Jurassic, followed by Pleistocene, I think. But Phanerozoic I had epic songs like Devonian Nascent. That was an amazing fucking song, also featuring Catatonia as well. This is still an absolute masterful album. It really is, and no doubt it's gonna make it to the end of the year list, and it's probably gonna be so fuck it, I'll spoil it. It's my #1 album of September at the moment, and it will probably be in my top 5 albums of the year. For The Ocean, Phanerozoic II, Mesozoic, Cenozoic, I will give this a 9.5 out of fucking 10. It fucking deserves this score, and this was way better than Deftones, Ohms, that's for sure. Even though I enjoyed that album, I listened to this album afterwards, and I said, holy shit, this is another kettle of fish. 9.5 out of 10 it deserves. Comment below what you thought about this album. Keep discussion on the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one.